Good morning. Thank you, first of all, for the Her Rising team to give me this opportunity to share my journey with you and women across the globe. So, a quick introduction. I'm Sindhu Subashini. I've been in the industry for almost 28 plus years of experience, predominantly in the HR space. I began my journey with Wipro when I was a 21-year-old and have had this entire 28 years in the corporate as a leader heading HR and impacting people and culture space to build great businesses. If you ask me what is my mantra as a leader, my mantra has been to build mindset across leaders in any organization that I've worked or over the last 7 years, and as an entrepreneur getting to work with multiple organizations globally to build a people-centric mindset with a clear goal of reaching business outcomes along with people. What I've been asked to speak about is what are those pivotal decisions in my career that I look back and take note of. I would probably give you one pivotal decision that I've taken every decade. In my early 20s, when I joined Wipro, there was an opportunity to work with the chairman of the company as an young HR professional. I did take that opportunity and I worked with him. I was not one of the best in that office, I recollect, but what happened was for me, it became one of the best experiences. I learned to build the foundations of my professional journey. And today, 28, 30 years later, if I'm in the industry, it's that courage that I took at that early stage of my career to move into that office and work with the topmost leader of the organization in putting things together for his office. That 2 years today looks like a curated MBA that I had to go through to build the career that I've built. So the courage that one takes to take a road which is less traveled pays off. It pays off for the rest of a career is what I'm learning today. At that age, I just felt that it's different and it's challenging and let me take it up. In my 30s, I think one of the most pivotal decision that I took was to keep my eyes on the macro goal, to work with a mentor and to reflect and define a career goal, which helped me to look beyond my day-to-day job to my career. To have that, to take the decision to take a help of a mentor, to put that career goal and to walk towards that goal helped me take a huge leap in my career. And that's when I became the HR head of an organization. Without that dream, I would have been happy doing my job rather than building a career. So I did that in my late 20s, early 30s, and that has changed the next 15, 20 years of my career. And in the last decade, this particular decade, the decision that I've taken is to start on my own. The call towards giving back to the industry, to giving back to the world from what I have learned, to start an organization in people consulting and the leadership space, to focus on building the people-centric mindset in leaders across levels, from a first-time manager to a CEO, is a decision that I've taken, which took me out of my comfort zone. But over the last 7 years, I've realized it's one of the best decisions that I've taken because I'm able to share what I've learned, but I'm learning at an amplified rate every day because of the challenges, situations, and the different kinds of people that I get to work with. How have I enabled and built teams? The first time I started leading teams was in the year 2008. And that was also ironically the year that my second daughter was born. So while my personal space was at an intense stage, I was also given an opportunity to lead a team. And I realized leading team was one of the toughest things that I was doing as becoming a second time parent. There was not in my mind, and I always say this, there was not much of a difference. I need to take care of somebody at home as if I'm taking care of myself, and the same mindset that was required in office. I need to care for my people, but I also need to challenge them and get outcome and work. Again, I was in an organization which helped me get a phenomenal mentor who helped me go through the challenging journey of becoming a leader that my people are aligned to. I did have rough parts in the initial stages of managing people, but through my own failures and through the support system, I I kind of sailed through that journey. So I've been managing people for almost 18 to 19 years. I've built a large pool of HR experts who are in varied organizations leading HR. And in my journey as the founder and CEO of Soul People Transformation, I've had the opportunity to coach more than 5,000 leaders across the world in the leadership positions and to build a business and people centric mindset. There is the next question around what has been a difficult decision that I've taken as a leader. I don't want to pinpoint a particular decision, but I think one of the most difficult decisions that I've always sailed through is when I'll have to give a candid feedback to somebody on performance, or at times when you have to part ways with an individual because it's not working in that particular environment. Those has been the most challenging decisions or actions that I've taken, and over the years I've learned and I've tried my best to be as empathetic as possible when you are in decisions such as that. Those are relationships which should not break after those conversations, difficult conversations. What work do you have to do after the conversation to ensure that the relationship sustains? That's a space that me as a leader found it very difficult, have spent enormous time to learn that art, and very keen to help leaders across the world to thrive in that space, because that I think is a difficult space for leaders. What is one inspiring thing that I've done? I think I'm very, very proud of the women growth movement that Soul is driving. We have interventions for women across levels, right from somebody with a 0 years of experience to somebody with 20 years of experience. We have worked with the cluster of women across the levels to build the mindset of career growth, holistic growth, take care of both professional and personal space. I think that opportunity that I've got to coach more than 2,000 women, to take workshops for them, in my mind has been transformational. And that journey of mine contributing in the leadership space, both in the space of building people leaders as well as helping women to build and grow their career, is going to be the space that I'm going to focus on in the next many, many years to come. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, and feel free to reach out to me for any clarifications, questions, or any help that you need. Thank you.